So I want to talk about something that's been, messing with me for a while now. I, why do we care so much about what other people think? And I don't mean this like on a surface level. I mean that feeling where it actually affects how you move, how you talk, what you say. Like you're constantly and consistently filtering yourself. Because I used to think that this was just, oh, I care too much about what people think, and that's not actually it. Like you don't really care about their opinion. You care about what happens because of their opinion. So here's the real thing, because your brain isn't dumb. It's running survival calculations all the time. It's like you think, if I think the wrong thing, if I don't fit in, if I get rejected, what happens? What's next? What's gonna happen? Do I lose income? Do I lose security? Do I lose these opportunities? And if you really zoom out, that's not even like a real modern thought. This is very primitive and ancient. It's that mentality that if the tribe turns on me and they ostracize me and kick me out, I'm dead. I don't survive. So you have that same wiring now, and you're dropped into this world when you're a child, when you're a baby, and you don't have any of these memories from any of your past lives or whatever. You're dropped into this world where your job can disappear overnight, your reputation can be destroyed, your access to money, housing, all these basic needs according to Maslow, none of these are assured to you. And everything can just get really shaky, really messed up really quickly. And suddenly, your brain is like, yeah, maybe we should play it safe. And so you start walking on eggshells for everyone. You start filtering everything, and you start becoming, much less of yourself every single day that passes. And I've been noticing this myself. Even with everything that I've been through recently, I just 3 months ago, I died of a heart attack. I was declared, they had to bring me back. And then I was in a 48-hour medically induced coma. And I remember these things. I saw that light. I saw that. And I went towards it, and I was brought back. And even through all this stuff, the pressure, the uncertainty, the rebuilding, there's this part of my brain that's like, it's still like, don't say too much, don't stand out, just play it safe. And there's a big underlying problem here. This version of you, that safe version, it's not safe whatsoever. You might think that it is, but it's not. It's not actually safe. It's just way smaller. Because no matter what you do, people are going to judge you anyways. You can be quiet, you can play nice, you can agree, you can be the people pleaser, and there's still going to be the people that hate your ass. There will. You know it. And at the same time, you can be full yourself, and then there are people that are going to resonate with you instantly. It's just going to be a much smaller crowd. And then you start realizing something very honest, that you don't actually ever control who likes you, no matter what you do. People are going to hate, people are going to like you. It's just the way it is. And once that clicks, it's very freeing. But it's also absolutely terrifying, because there's nothing left to hide behind. There's no mask, there's no facade. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. It's not possible. And it gets really deep and much deeper from here, because I do not think this is just a social thing whatsoever. This is tied into the entire system as a whole. It's like this entire prison planet is designed to keep you first dependent on the system, careful so you don't ask questions, and compliant. Feed the beast. Because the more your survival depends on this system, the more you have to play by its damn rules. And when you're in this position, of course you care about what people think, because their opinion can affect your life. Things change rapidly. But as you start to rebuild yourself from this low point, as you start to get, stronger skills, you get stronger, you build skills, and you create this little bit of independence, things start to shift a little bit. You need less permission to exist. And when you need less permission and you have to rely on all this system less, you can start speaking more freely. And I'm not saying I have this, down whatsoever. I'm not. And I'm not fully there whatsoever. I'm literally still in the middle of rebuilding everything right now. But I can feel the difference. It is such an enormously different feeling than I've ever had. Before, I needed to have people to be okay with me. And now I'm starting to see that I just need to be okay with myself, because at the end of the day, you have to be with yourself. When you go to sleep, the only person that goes to sleep to dream is you. And if you can't handle that, you can't handle anything else. And this comes with enormous consequences. Don't get me wrong. People are not going to like you. You're going to lose opportunities. You're going to stand out in ways that make so many people uncomfortable. And there's a trade-off. You get to keep your integrity. You get to keep your truth. You get to keep yourself. Because the alternative to that is slowly disappearing and dying inside while trying to be accepted by everyone. And remember, a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. Just remember that. And this is the real trap, Not that people judge you, but that you start judging yourself through other people's eyes. And that is horrific. So now you're not even living to live your life anymore. You're living a version of approval, And this isn't freedom. This is just prison. It's just a different type of cage. And a cage is a cage. I know a prison when I see one. So I don't think the real goal here is to not care what people think entirely. I think it's to try and understand why you care in the first place. And then you slowly remove the dependency behind that caring what people think. Because the less that your survival depends on other people's approval, the less power they have over you to manipulate you. And that's when you actually start to feel free. Not because this world has changed in some miraculous way, but because your position inside it, in here, that's what changed. And this is where my head's been lately, It's just thinking about all of these things and why do we care so much about others? I know we, have family and friends or whatever, but we shrink ourselves, We filter ourselves to play this role and wear this mask that is not us. And when we care so much about other people think, I'm telling you, a piece of yourself dies inside every single time you do this. You might not feel that, but it's happening. And over time, it will reveal itself. So the best advice that I can try to give you is, live for yourself and no one else. Don't filter yourself. Don't shrink for others. Don't resort back to that survival programming, that primate monkey brain primate programming where you're like, oh, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I'm going to do that. Thank you for stepping on my neck. No. Live for yourself. Speak your truth. Don't let these people manipulate you anymore.